wizards in Tolkien's fiction were angelic, powerful beings who took the form of men to intervene in the affairs of Middle-earth during the Third Age. Did you know there were 5 of them though? Because I didn't. So let's explore who they were. So of course we've got Gandalf the Grey and Saruman the White. Now these guys largely represent the Order, although in The Hobbit we do have Radagast the Brown and he does appear, albeit briefly. There are also 2 blue wizards that are mentioned in passing, but we don't really know much about them. But they are the 5. They are the 5 wizards of Middle-earth. So Saruman, as we know, is installed as the head of the White Council, but he then falls to temptation of power. So he imitates, and to an extent he is actually a double of Sauron, and in the end he just becomes his unwitting servant. Whereas we know that Gandalf does everything he can to assist the Fellowship in their quest to destroy the ring, and by proxy destroy Sauron. As Saruman falls and is defeated, Gandalf becomes a double of him, taking the mantle of Gandalf the White. So the wizards of Middle-earth are called Maiar. Now I could be saying that wrong, so I'm going to put it on the screen for you. So outwardly they resemble men, but they possess much greater physical and mental power, and they're called Istari by the elves. They were sent by the Valar to assist the free people of Middle-earth and to counter the Dark Lord Sauron in the Third Age. So let's look at the main 3 in a bit more detail. So Gandalf, as we know, is the protagonist in The Hobbit, and he assists Bilbo Baggins on his quest, where we obviously find the ring. And then in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, he assists Frodo and the Fellowship in destroying the ring. So originally he was called Olorin, and he was the wisest of the Maiar, and he lived in Lorien until the Third Age, when Manwë asked him to go join the Istari and go to Middle-earth to protect its free people. Now, he didn't actually want to go, as he did fear Sauron, but he was persuaded and basically was told that the reason you're such a good fit for this is because you are scared of Sauron. So, as we know, he is a wizard and he actually has a ring of power. And Gandalf has got great power, but he works mostly by encouraging people and just persuading people to do things. He's also associated with fire, so his ring being Narya, which is the ring of fire, and as we know, he both likes to delight people like the hobbits with his fireworks, but he can also use it as a weapon if he needs to, and we do see this. So he is also an immortal spirit, but as he's in a physical body, he can be killed on Middle-earth, as he was by the Balrog of Moria. He is then sent back to Middle-earth to complete his mission as Gandalf the White and also the leader of the Istari. So moving on to Saruman. So to begin with, Saruman the White was the leader of the Istari and of the White Council in The Hobbit and to begin with in The Lord of the Rings. However, he desires Sauron's power for himself and plots to take Middle-earth by force. In doing so, he also remodels Isengard to reflect Sauron's Dark Tower. Saruman's character is the embodiment of corruption of power. He has a desire for knowledge and his orders lead to his fall, and he rejects the chance of redemption when it is offered to him. The name Saruman means man of skill or cunning in the Mercian dialect of Anglo-Saxon. And lastly, let's just touch on Radagast the Brown. As I said, he doesn't really appear very much, but he's still one of the 5 wizards. His role is so slight in The Hobbit that he's actually been suggested that he's just a plot device. He's not actually a character in his own right. Some aspects of his characterization were also invented for the film, but the core elements of his character were communicating with animals, he was very skilled with herbs, and he had a shaman type ability to change his shapes and colours as described by Tolkien. So there are some core elements of his character, in the movie from the books, but a lot more is embellished, I think, just to make him a bit more rounded potentially in the films. And that's all the information I have actually around Radagast. Now, I love Radagast. He's actually one of my favourite characters in The Hobbit. I just think he's fun. I think he's just a little bit different. He reminds me a bit of Bilody. I don't know why, he just does. But I think he's a great character. Now, Saruman, I've always loved because of how he's played. I've only ever seen the extended versions of Lord of the Rings, and I just loved Christopher Lee's portrayal of Saruman. And the fact that he's the only person on the entire cast who actually met Tolkien, I mean, that just blows my mind. A lot of the behind the scenes information and things that Christopher Lee was able to bring to his character are just so interesting. You really should look into it if you are interested. And then you've got Gandalf. Gandalf is the character that you love. You don't want to see anything happen to him, and his development is great. I think that he again was played really well, and I really hope that we see more of him in future movies of Lord of the Rings. That's it, guys. It's a really short video. I just wanted to jump in and talk a bit about the Wizards of Middle-earth, because we've spoken a lot about the Wizards of Harry Potter, but obviously there's others elsewhere, and I just wanted to explore the differences between them and kind of their backgrounds a little bit as well. I hope you guys liked this video. Give it a big old thumbs up if you did, and hit that subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by Christmas. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Until next time, you take care.